Hi and welcome to Spice and Pans. Today we'll be cooking Sichuan Pickled Mustard pork soup. So let's start cooking. We are proud to announce our collaboration with Pots and Pans Culinary Studio. Our local Chinese delight course features 10 of our dearest recipes for you to learn hands-on at Pots and Pans Culinary Studio. The experienced trainers here at Pots and Pans are prepped and ready to share with you the offline experience of our dishes. Join us in our exclusive Local Chinese Delight Culinary course. Sign up with the link below or scan our QR code. See you there! Now we are going to do a simple marinade on our pork. I have with me over here 300 grams of pork hind leg cut into thin slices like this. You can use other cuts of the pork, anyone that you like, no problem at all. Remember to cut them against the grain so that this will be tender. Marinating is easy. 1 teaspoon of young ginger juice. You can get this by grating young ginger and squeezing out the juice. Pour it in. Half a teaspoon of salt. A little bit of white pepper. And a little bit of oil. Mix them up well first using your hand. Once you are done with this, set this aside and I will show you how I prepare the tapioca solution. Now we're going to prepare the tapioca starch solution for the pork. I have with me over here 40 grams of tapioca starch. If you do not have tapioca starch, you can use sweet potato starch, or even cornstarch. Add some water in, bit by bit. I'm using approximately 30 milliliters, but don't pour everything in first. Pour a little bit in and stir it up first. We want this to have a yogurt-like consistency. Basically, the tapioca starch is to coat the pork so that it will be really tender when we blanch them. Continue to mix, and if it's difficult to mix, just add a little bit more water bit by bit. Okay, something like this will be nice. This is the consistency that we want. Very thick consistency. And now all we have to do is just pour this over our seasoned pork. Pork here, just pour everything in. Make sure you scrape the bottom also. Get everything in. Give this a good mix again. You want every piece of the pork being covered with this beautiful tapioca solution that we have. Right, and then you have some of the most tender pork later when we blanch them. After this is done, we'll put the dish together and I'll show you the next step. Now we'll prepare the soup for this dish. Heat up a clay pot or a pot if you do not have a clay pot. Add in a little bit of oil. Spread the oil around a little bit. Add in 4 cloves of garlic chopped. 1 stem of a spring onion. I've sliced them into halves like this. Put them in. I'm only using the white part itself at this moment. Now depending on how spicy you want it to be, I'm using 2 Thai bird's eye chili. Sliced thinly like this and I've deseeded them. Put them all in. If you do not want it spicy, you can actually omit this. Not a problem at all. Right, once you start to smell the beautiful fragrance from all this, we'll add in our salted sour mustard. 200 grams, diced coarsely like this, put it in. When you buy this in the supermarket or in the wet market itself, remember to tell the store owner that you want Suan Cai, 不是咸菜啊, Suan Cai, sour mustard, salted sour mustard. Same thing, there's 2 types if you go to supermarket. There's either the salted mustard or the salted sour mustard. Look for the sour type. You don't have to wash this, just rinse them once or twice and then we just fry them like this. Now we just need to fry them for about a minute or 2. Just to make them slightly drier so that the taste will be a little bit more concentrated. This is an excellent dish and there's a lot of variation you can do with this dish. You can add in other ingredients also, apart from what I'll be showing you. So our Muslim friends, if you do not take pork, you can always replace the pork with chicken. No problem at all. Now once you start to smell all this very beautiful aroma together, we add in water. We add in 1.5 liters of water. I'm also adding in 1.5 chicken stock cube. Of course, if you do not want to use chicken stock cube, you can replace the water in chicken stock cube with chicken stock. Move them around a little bit. Now we put the lid on and wait for this to come to a boil. While waiting for this to come to a boil, we will now blanch our pork. Now we're going to blanch the pork. Blanching the pork is very easy. Heat up a pot of water. We don't have to wait for it to be fully boiled. As long as you see bubbles already on the pot itself, you start to add in our pork. I'm using medium heat right now. Right, just give this a little bit of a mix again and individually put them in. I'm blanching the pork separately because then our soup will be clearer and then will not be so starchy. Right? We just want the pork to be really tender and 滑嫩. It's going to be so good. We just need to cook the pork until we don't see any redness on the pork and they'll be done. In case you want to use fish, we have another recipe that uses fish. You can refer to that. When you place in all the pork, we'll turn the heat up to medium-high and wait for this to come to a boil. We can give it a very light stir now, just to make sure that they don't stick to each other. We'll continue to cook them and I'll show you how they look like in a while. I've been blanching the pork for a few minutes and they are done already. Look at how beautiful they are. Right now we just scoop them out of the water and set them aside. Right, this is what we want. It's super tender and very smooth. Once you have removed all of them, I will show you the next step. You can discard this water. Once the soup comes to a boil, we'll add in our other ingredients. I'll be adding in enoki mushroom, 300 grams of this. You can add in bean sprout, glass noodles, whatever you want, no problem at all. Just put everything in. I'm adding in also some glass noodles. Before soaking them, it's about 20 grams in weight. You can use as much or as little as you want. Put everything in. Now give your soup a little taste. I'll be adding in 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce. And to increase the tanginess of this dish, I'm going to add in 6 tablespoons of vinegar, white vinegar. Now we'll put our pork in. Put the lid on and cook them for another 3 minutes. I'll see you back in a while. 3 minutes is up, let's have a look. Wow, smells fantastic. Now all we have to do is just add a little bit of white pepper and sprinkle with some chopped up spring onion. And now it's time for our lunch. And now the dish is done, let's have a taste. Wow, it smells really good. A mouthful of the soup first. Oh, a little bit of tanginess, a little bit of spiciness, really good. In Chinese, we call this Kai Wei. Piece of the pork. Oh. Tender, very smooth. It is really good. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like our video. Do click like on our video and do subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching and now it's your turn to cook. See you. Bye bye. Wow, soft, but wow, good.